Alright, time to tell them the news. Everyone continued to work in the lab, rain or shine. Ruzi took the lead in bringing everyone together, and I supported him. Everyone naturally complemented each other, so the lab as a whole worked smoothly like a cog. I've drawn the water.
Thank you, then I'll grind up these herbs.
Got it. Leave the rest to me. Sometimes I recalled the Ruzi on that rainy day, but usually the busyness distracted me. I don't have to think while I'm working. Come to think of it, he's late coming back today. Ruzi now frequently went to the handmaiden to test the medicine's effects. Due to the nature of the materials he's using, he had to keep it low-key, so he couldn't ask anyone else to do it. As I was frustrated at things I couldn't help out with, I heard the door open behind me. Welcome back, Ruzi. How did it go? Ruzi? Ruzi stood silently as soon as he entered the room. Everyone's attention was drawn to this oddness as the room became silent. Anxiety also arose in my chest, and I inadvertently pulled on my sleeve. Ruzi, coming back to his senses, murmured softly.
It's starting to work.
Huh?
The medicine is working. It's working!
Really? The room suddenly came to life. Some were so happy that they cried, while others hugged the person next to them. Everyone expresses joy in their own way.
Let's calm down. First, we should wait for the patient to recover safely. Then we can make a decision from there.
Ruzi, you calm down too. I had him sit down, as he was so excited that he wasn't speaking properly. I gave him water, and he drank it all at once. He seemed to be quite nervous.
Oh, thank you.
We finally arrived at this point.
Yes.
After smiling, Ruzi had a serious look I'd never seen before.
The true test starts from now.
Yeah.
I've never relied on the spirits as much as I do now.
The unease will continue until we get a complete result on whether or not the medicine works. It's frustrating, but all we can do now is wait. I hope we get the results soon.
I'll go and check on her again in the evening.
I do hope it'll be good news. As Ruzi said, I've never prayed so hard to the spirits before in my life. Yeah, hopefully she continues to improve and it's not like she suddenly died, so fingers crossed. Everyone took a break until the results in the evening. Due to my restless mood, I didn't really feel like resting. You don't feel like resting when you're restless? Weird. Waiting for the results felt like torture. Are you okay, Ruzi?
Yeah.
He remained absent-minded, even if you called out to him. Everyone began to visibly fidget, as if Ruzi's worries were contagious. This wasn't good, so I took Ruzi to the nap room next door. Calm down, Ruzi. With you like this, it'll make everyone more anxious.
Okay, right. Sorry.
Even knowing that he shouldn't be worried, apparently he couldn't shake off his anxiety. Understandably, honestly. It would be kind of weird if he wasn't anxious. Ruzi went back and forth in the room, walking in a restless manner. Ruzi is standing on the verge of whether or not his long-standing dream will come true, so it can't be helped. Perhaps tired from walking, he sat on the edge of the bed. Ruzi's hand on his lap was quivering. When he noticed that I was looking at it, he clenched it tightly and looked down. I walked up silently and I sat next to him, and I put my hands on his shivering fist. Though the situation was different, I felt it was similar to that rainy day. It would be great if I could help Ruzi out just by being together with him. I want to encourage you. Somehow I felt like the tension would only increase if I talked, so I stayed next to him in silence. It's okay, Ruzi. You're not alone. We're all with you. I stroked the back of his hand so that my feelings would sink in. After a while, his trembling subsided, and I heard a quiet breath from my side. He was getting calm, and I also relaxed.
Sorry to show you such a pathetic side of me.
Your fear and tension are just proof of your hard work up to now. I don't think that's pathetic.
Thanks.
We prayed while waiting for the time to pass. While working, I usually wish that I had more time, but today I'm feeling just the opposite of that.
Do you mind if I lay down a little?
Ruzi gave a wry smile, but his face was soaked in fatigue. Understandable, as he'd been pulling a lot of all-nighters lately. Yeah, take it easy for a bit. I'll go back to where everyone... As I was about to stand, he took my hand from behind. He supported my shoulder, which was about to lean forward, and turned his begging gaze.
Together with you.
Huh?
Aren't you tired too? That's an excuse, but I just want you to be with me. Sorry, of course that's too much to ask.
It's fine.
Yeah, right. Of course that would... What?
This time it was Ruzi's turn to be surprised. He stared at me with big eyes, with a face that suspected that maybe he had heard me wrong. At your side.
The blush.
My heart felt like it would beat out of my chest. Even as a provisional measure, having a husband, I can't sleep next to someone of the opposite sex, even if he is my cousin. But now, I just wanted to be with Ruzi. Didn't want to leave him alone. I lay down first and extended my hand. Then Ruzi took it and slowly lay down next to me. Scandalous. Cute picture, though. I love these kinds of CGs, where the two of them are laying on a pillow. So beautiful.
You're warm.
You too. We're lying face to face, with Ruzi's face in front of mine. We just felt each other's warmth, at a distance where our lips could have touched. After a while, a whisper mixed with a wry smile reached my ears.
You're too kind. Someday you'll be fooled by a wolf in sheep's skin.
If such a person approaches, I'll know right away, so it's okay.
You won't. You didn't just now.
Sometimes you say mean things. Are you trying to bother me?
I just want to see your look when you're aware of me as a man.
You do want to bother me.
Really? This is the first time I've ever felt this way, so I'm not really sure.
Behind those blinking brown eyes up close, it seemed that a quiet flame was swaying. I felt confused by him saying it was the first time. It didn't seem that way. Such passion, such intensity, and that clever desire. Do you know hawks?
I've only seen them from afar.
The hawk is a very smart, very alert beast. I lost to one in a hunt once.
You did?
Yes. In the moment while I was admiring its graceful movements, it struck the heart of the prey I was aiming for. At first glance, it's calm and beautiful, but it has a ferocious power inside. It's more troublesome than a wolf if you make it an enemy.
I wish I could take your heart like that hawk.
Behind that joke, I feel a dripping sexiness. I mean, you kind of set him up for that one. Naala, this is all your fault. Oh, good lord. What are we doing? We're in so much trouble, guys. My skin shivered a bit, and the distance between us closed a bit as I felt his sigh on my cheeks. That's not a sigh, that's a smooch on the forehead. I closed my eyes in embarrassment and felt something soft. Maybe it was Ruzi's lips. It slowly slid over the thin skin, tracing the eyeball's movements.
Why are your eyes so beautiful? Maybe it's because it reflects your heart. I'd like to unravel it once.
You're a researcher, don't you know?
People's hearts are out of my domain. But if it's your heart, I'd like to spend my whole life studying it.
Alright, that's a good line. That's better than your hawk line. I'll give you that one. Well done, Ruzi.
Well, before that, we have a big challenge before us now.
That big challenge that Ruzi has spoken of will shape our destinies. Feeling the coming evening by the strength of the sunlight, I unconsciously grabbed the hem of Ruzi's clothes. Huh? Probably due to being tired from these busy days, I'd fallen asleep before I knew it. When I woke up while rubbing my eyes, I was the only one in the room. Oh, the results! I hurriedly opened the lab door. No one was here. Probably everyone had already gone home. Just as I was wondering what Ruzi was doing.
Naala.
The door opened and Ruzi entered, seemingly more absent-minded than he was this afternoon. I'm sorry, I fell asleep at some point. What was the result?
The result.
His voice shook slightly and I feared the worst. I held down my heart, which was about to burst, and decided to listen. Tell me, Ruzi. I was as breathless as I would be running on the battlefield. Ruzi made me wait, took a deep breath, and then slowly opened his mouth. Why are you like this? Why do you make it seem like it's such bad news, man? Sheesh, give me a freaking heart attack over here.
The progression of the rot has been stopped. The fever is also subsiding.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You did it! Congrats, Ruzi!
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Really, that's great!
Yeah.
We should let everyone know as soon as possible!
Yeah.
Ruzi? Ruzi had only been saying, yeah. Is it because now your work's like at an end and you won't be able to work with Naala much going forward, so you're sad? Is that what you're thinking? When I was staring at him, mysteriously Ruzi's body suddenly fell down. His knees folded like a marionette whose strings were cut. Ruzi?
Talking to you, suddenly it felt real. Up until now, I felt like I was walking in the clouds. I thought I was dreaming.
Okay, you're just happy, and it just hit you all of a sudden. Okay, that's fine. Pheesh. Ruzi. I hugged him strongly to show him that he wasn't dreaming. Congrats. Your dream has come true. Ruzi closed his eyes for a while, as if to chew on the congratulatory words. The tremors from Ruzi's fingertips were transmitted to my body. The moment it spread all over my body, I was suddenly hugged back. My body creaked at the strength strong enough to rob me of my breath. However, I didn't want him to loosen even a little. In terms of internal feelings, I was hugging him with the same strength as his. Thanks, Ruzi. You haven't just saved the future of women, but of this continent.
You're the one who saved it. Without you, I would have never found this cure. So, thank you. You're the savior of this continent.
Then, let's say that everyone who's been involved in this research is the savior.
That's true. We couldn't have done this without each and every one of them. This is everyone's victory.
This might just be the happiest moment I've ever lived. We were trembling with joy and hugging each other without getting tired.
I just heard the news. Ruzi, I am hearing this correctly, am I not?
Early in the morning, Touya, who we haven't seen for a while, who had been informed of the news, summoned me and Ruzi before the throne. Apparently, he was in a hurry as he put off his other public duties. The room, which had been cleared of everyone else except for Noel, was tense with excitement and tension.
It's true. Although still in the prototype stage, thanks to the cooperation from Her Majesty, we've been able to refine the cure. Really?
Touya spoke briefly, then fell back in the throne as if he went powerless. He exhaled deeply, then lifted his face while covering it with his palm.
When the joy is too great, it doesn't feel real, does it, Ruzi? I felt the exact same way last night. I wanted to help out in the lab as well, but I couldn't show my face due to my duties as the king. Forgive me. There's no need to apologize. It's thanks to His Majesty's kindness that we have come this far. I cannot thank His Majesty enough for giving me the best environment. No, my lack of power was an inconvenience to everyone. That's why I'd like to say these words to you. You have done tremendously well. Your efforts will be carved not just in this country's history, but in the history of the entire continent.
Touya's words brought back to me the excitement anew. I felt like I could cry, but then someone poured cold water over this moving scene. Yeah, I'm like, I wonder who that could be. Oh, there's only one person who has a bucket of cold water for every occasion.
Excuse me if I may interject.
What?
I just received a request for audience from those who have been opposed to the development of the cure.
Ah, those old men. If only their ears were as dull as their heads. Where'd they get their information from?
His Majesty.
Right. Well, let's set up the proper place.
Please do so. Even if we have a cure, if we are unable to convince the opposition faction, it will be quite difficult for His Majesty to normalize diplomatic relationships between the two countries.
Surely it wouldn't hurt to just celebrate today, would it? I sighed deeply as the surrounding situation continued to be in motion.
Ruzi, my apologies. I'm sure you're tired, but please attend the meeting. You'll be able to give more accurate answers about this than I could. Understood. And you too.
Huh? He suddenly pointed at me and I let out a silly voice. Huh? I couldn't believe that of all the people here, I'd be the one pointed at. Me? Why?
You are my queen, right?
Gosh. I mean, both of them are saying, like, yes, this is a fact. One is a little more blasé. One, there's a hint of hesitation. I'm like, do we start hinting to Touya? There's a hint of hesitation. We found the cure, so we're near the end. We probably should start hinting that there's some hesitations. Yep, hesitations. That is correct. I didn't think I'd be of any use, as I'm not even a researcher. And besides, I was reluctant to be called queen in front of Ruzi, selfish though it may have been. Okay, he noticed our... I don't know if Touya noticed our hesitation, but Ruzi did. A considerable number of people were gathered in front of the throne. First, Touya explained that the prototype for the cure had been completed. Then Ruzi explained the costs, materials, efficacy, etc. for future development.
So His Majesty wants to use the cure to normalize diplomatic relations?
That's right.
However, from what we have just heard, I believe the efficacy is not yet definitive.
Ruzi. Of course, we need to continue our research in the future. But as I said in the previous report, there is a clear recovery in the patients who actually received it. This is a credible result.
But the cure may only work for the initial symptoms.
The example patient is far from early symptoms, and as it worked for this patient, we can prove that this is effective even for patients nearing death.
At any rate, There are too many uncertainties. It would be a waste of time and a waste of the national budget to spend more development costs on such things. Spending this large sum of money elsewhere could further enrich Nasla. Even if you complete the cure, you're just going to send it to Roos. Isn't that just charity work? Lord, no, don't you think so as well?
Upon the completion of the cure, we simply do not have to reveal the manufacturing method. So far, only His Majesty knows the details and method of the formulation. If we have the manufacturing rights, countries from outside the continent will come to purchase it.
Speaking of which, Ruzi said that he had been given a medicine that he didn't know. That must have been for this purpose. I had figured that must have been Noel's suggestion, but for things to be so on the nose, I couldn't help but to smile wryly. He's still the guy I wouldn't want to have as an enemy.
Isn't there the possibility that Roos will start a business with the cure portions they receive?
Do you think there's any nation that'd do something so foolish to offend the manufacturer? Even if they try to do it behind the scene, we could just include it in the treaty to make them take responsibility for it. Don't think about your immediate desires. Look 10 or 20 years from now. Nasla can be much more lucrative than it is now. Wouldn't you like to leave your children a world of peace, where we don't have to steal women away? I'll say it again. I want to use this cure as a bridge to normalize diplomatic relations with Roos. It's extremely important for us to cooperate first for that purpose. If you say this is the cornerstone of the country, then now is the time to show our strength.
As soon as Touya finished talking, a complete hush fell over those around him. The proof was displayed to show that the cure actually was effective, and the financial concerns were dispelled, so the opposition faction had nothing more they could complain about. To oppose now would be like screaming at the top of their lungs, "We don't care about our children's future," which they probably don't.
There seem to be no objections. As such, I conclude this assembly.
Thus, Nasla began to move towards normalizing diplomatic relations with Roos. Let's go.
Thank you. Thanks to Lord Touya's words, we were able to make everyone understand. I just backed you up. I didn't do much. I'm expecting great things from you moving forward as the lab director. Yes. In that case, I'd like to return to my research as quickly as possible. I'm also concerned about the condition of the people I administered the cure to. Ah, thank you for your efforts. I'll send you someone later. Yes, please, excuse me.
By the way, why did you have me attend?
As a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
I thought if you were here, it'd give me and Ruzi a bit more courage.
Internally, I felt a cold sweat at this meaningful way of speaking. I wonder if Touya had some kind of intuition. Maybe, possibly. Then I'm done here?
Yeah. All that's left is to rejuvenate my eyes.
Oh? Then it's no problem for me to leave, then?
My queen is quite cold.
I left the throne room with his teasing laugh behind me. Of course, where I headed was... You're here.
It's you.
Ruzi was in front of that tree where we had our second shocking encounter. We stood side by side and looked up in the same position. It's only been a few months since then, but it feels like a long time ago. Why don't you try climbing it in celebration of today?
My body is dulled from researching, so I'll refrain. I'll do it when I'm ready. Someday.
At some point, Ruzi's line of sight moved to a broken branch. Feeling nostalgic, I also squinted at it and laughed. I fell from there and you caught me.
Yeah. I think that moment was the beginning of my destiny. You were like a shooting star, falling into my arms. That light illuminated the darkness, and I was able to move forward.
Ruzi. Ruzi smiled, but there was a drop of water around his eye. I wiped it away without thinking, and then pulled my hand back in a hurry.
It must be the rain.
Oh, the Full Metal Alchemist. Yep. Come on, call it out. Are you crying?
I'm not.
We'll leave it at that.
No, really. Why don't you try licking the finger you used to wipe it away?
Huh? No way. I'd be embarrassed if it was my misunderstanding. I licked it quickly, and it had a faint salty taste. It's a teardrop. It's salty. Aha, but now you have fallen in love with him because it was a love teardrop.
I'd better try for myself.
What? As soon as I realized that he'd taken my hand, he kissed my finger. I got a glimpse of his tongue licking the same spot I did.
It really is salty. I just got a little teary-eyed, thinking of all the hardships up to now.
You are messing with me.
I'm not messing around. I'm jealous.
What?
It's nothing. Well then, have a good night. Have sweet dreams together with Lord Touya.
I'm glad that our shared dream has come true. It's hard to fall asleep tonight because of the excitement. Even if I fell asleep, another emotion was disturbing me, and I was about to have a strange dream. You're not going to tell me what the dream was? Girl. Even if I'm told to take a rest, I feel restless. The move to normalize diplomatic relations began in earnest, and the lab was temporarily closed during the discussions. I'd been working hard every day, so when I was told to take a rest, I really had nothing to do. I wish I could help Ruzi anyway. Only Ruzi is still spending his days in research. I also offered to help, but I was strongly refused, saying, "When you can rest, rest." Being gloomy doesn't suit me. If I can't help him, maybe I'll practice my sword techniques. It's been a while. Being active would distract me. Just as I began to look around for something I could use as a sword.
My apologies for interrupting your rest. Lady Naala, His Majesty requests your presence.
Okay, I'll go now. Me having been called by Touya could mean that some progress had been made. Suppressing the excitement in my chest, I sprinted to the throne room. Nyong. I can't believe that Ruzi sent an emissary so quickly. I wasn't summoned for some half-hearted purpose, such as reporting progress. It seems that an emissary with a reply from the Ruse King came immediately this morning. Auri can make a calm decision, but I'm wondering what the people around him are saying. I couldn't help but be worried about the letter in Touya's hands. After all, depending on the content, there is a possibility that the war will flare up again. Just imagining what kind of response it is makes me tremble.
Well then.
As Touya spoke, everyone's attention gathered all at once.
From now on, I will read Ruzi's reply. Please listen carefully. The reply is, "We shall give positive consideration to normalizing diplomatic relations. Everyone, thank you for your hard work."
Everyone in the room became lively in response to Touya's words. There were various reactions, such as those who were visibly happy and those who bit their lips silently. As for me, I exhaled a great sigh of relief. It's a complicated feeling, but now I have people in Nasla I don't want to lose, so I hope that the results will be good for both countries. I can't help but be pleased that the first step has been taken.
However, the question is where to go from here.
Touya waited for everyone's reaction to subside and laid out the next issue.
2 conditions have been presented by Ruzi to normalize diplomatic relations. One is to stabilize the success rate of refining the cure. The second is to allow the kidnapped women who wish to return to Rus to do so. I'm going to accept these conditions.
Knowing how Touya felt, neither I nor anyone else were surprised by this. All that's left was to fulfill the responsibilities in each field.
But if it turns out that Rus has set the conditions, the opposition faction may start making noises again. This is all within expectations. I'm going to hold a meeting now. Gather all those involved. As you wish. Ruzi, gather everyone and resume your research. Try to stabilize the purification rate. Yes. And Naala, there's one thing I want to ask of you.
What is it?
From now on, I will convince the hard-headed representatives to proceed with negotiations under these conditions. Once that's done, I want you to check how many Rus women want to return home.
Leave it to me. But is it okay to be coming from me?
Yes. You tell them. That will make everyone happy.
Thank you.
I am the one who kidnapped you women, but you thank me. I thought you'd say this is a given.
I haven't forgiven everything that happened in the past, but you have fought hard for us. Those feelings are irreplaceable. What's important for the future world is not holding grudges, but a feeling of wanting to connect. So now, I'm glad that you are the king of Nasla.
Naala.
The next day, I waited for a report from Touya and headed to the residence where the women were. Shortly after I arrived, everyone gathered in a large room. When I spoke of Touya's intentions while looking over the nervous people, all the voices of joy rose. Really? We can really go back to Rus? Yes. If you wish to go back, please speak up. I want to go back. I want to see my family. When one woman spoke her true feelings, more women began to speak up. Excitement spread and a commotion broke out at once.
We can go back to Rus!
Yeah, finally! We can finally go home! I can't wait to see my father and mother! The women were delighted from the bottom of their hearts when they found out that they could return to Rus. I was glad and sad to see them hugging and crying. I couldn't quite share in their joy. Even though it was only a name, I'm currently the Nasla Queen. I knew that even the condition that those who wished to return could return didn't apply to me. I still have things to do in Nasla. I told myself this internally, but I couldn't rid myself of my loneliness and impatience in being left alone. Hey, girls.
Naala!
Thanks for your efforts!
It took quite some time.
Yeah, really. By the way, what are you two going to do? As I spoke, they looked at each other. They looked like they were wondering which of them would speak first. Actually,
We're just talking about staying in Nasla.
Shalu is staying in Nasla? Dang. Maybe she likes that boy more than I thought she did. What? I understood about Solana, but I didn't expect Shalu to say that she'd stay here. As I was stunned, Shalu spoke nervously. Thanks to the cure, it seems that the law that's applied to women after childbirth will be revised. Really?
Yeah, so after talking with Shalu, I've decided to stay here and see what will happen with the revision.
We were just thinking about talking to you about it.
But we were afraid if you might oppose it.
No, if that's what you've decided on your own, then I won't oppose it. Shalu has Elsa, and Solana has Ball. It's only natural to want to stay in a country where you have your loved one. Wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe that Shalu found a guy and is gonna stay here. That's lovely. I'm so happy. Solana has always wanted to have a child, so I pray that your dream will come true as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
Even so, I'm surprised, Shalu. I thought you would definitely go home. Well, Elsa... What did he say? Say? Well, it was more like a desperate cry. Please, don't leave me.
Shalu, you were flustered too, yeah? I wish you could have seen it.
Amazing. Shalu's face turned bright red after being teased by Solana. Looking at her face now, I can imagine it even without actually seeing it. I really did want to go home, yeah. But having him beg like that, I can't just leave him behind. You can't just be honest, can you, Shalu? You really do like Elsa. That's not it! And you're staying too, right? You're going home? No, I'll be staying as an exception. I am the wife of the Nasla king, after all. If Roos wants peace, I don't think they'll try to take me away from the Nasla king. Having me here has political use value for Roos. Even if Auri wants me to come home, the ministers around him will oppose it. It's not at all unusual to marry a princess of your own country to the representative of an ally. I'm not like everyone else, who has a marriage they want waiting for them. Even if I stay here, I can't exactly marry the person I love. I was prepared for this, but reality hits me like a ton of bricks, weighing heavily on my chest.